We in. What it do?
We can finally talk about this movie.
Finally.
Yeah.
Been holding out. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Chris and Kyle Show. Spoilers. Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
What? Okay, so like on a scale of 1 to 10, how hype were you for this movie?
Like a 7.5, 8.
Okay, so fairly high.
Nowhere near like as hype as like Endgame and stuff like that, or Game of Thrones.
Okay, all right.
Because I don't know if it was going to be bad or not.
But
there's a good chance it would be bad.
The Pokemon world is definitely like top 3 in like your favorite.
I've said this before on the
right?
podcast. If I had the power to Kevin Feige something, I would want to do the Pokemon world.
Right.
Yeah. So this movie stars Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu, Justice Smith as Tim, Catherine Newton as Lucy, Bill Nighy's in it, that boy Ken Watanabe's in it, some other people. The director is Rob Letterman. Do you know what else he's directed?
No.
Listen to this and then explain to me how Jack Black is not in this movie. He has directed Monsters vs. Aliens, the animated film, which Jack Black is in. Shark Tale, the animated film, which Jack Black is in. Gulliver's Travels, starring Jack Black. And Goosebumps, starring Jack Black. He's directed all of those things. How is Jack Black not in this movie? I wonder if he was almost Pikachu.
Right.
Because the movie could work that way too. Like, if you just need somebody charming and funny to be Pikachu, Jack Black could do it.
Yeah, but Jack Black also doesn't like put off like a very like. Here come the spoilers.
Spoilers.
He doesn't put off like a very fatherly
vibe.
Yeah.
Let's get into it then. If you want to, if you want to go in like that. All right. You liked it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I liked it.
I mean, it was a fucking beautiful movie.
Yeah, it looked great.
The fucking character design.
I leaned over to you in the first 2 minutes, and it was literally just because I saw like a family of like Pidgey and Pidgeotto and Pidgeot fly by, and then I saw like a Doduo walking around, and I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. This is everything I ever wanted. I leaned over to you and I was like, this is the best day of my life. And it hadn't even started yet.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is insane that this exists, that this is happening.
Right.
And that it looks so good. The designs are so good.
Yeah, and like they didn't seem too rushed. Like they were just like, okay, we're going to show this world.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was
really cool way to start it. And like the fact that there wasn't a single Pokemon design throughout the movie, and I was like, that doesn't look right, or that's weird. Like they all look good. It's really impressive.
Yeah,
they have some
especially
good bits.
Since, like you could fuck it up.
They use it for good bits. Like you were dying at the Lickitung bit on the train. It's
so
gross. It's so disgusting. Yeah, the Mr. Mime bit was fucking good. You missed the beginning of it.
I missed the beginning of it.
You went to the bathroom, and I was like, oh, I wonder what he's gonna miss. And then it went right to the Mr. Mime scene. I was like, oh, I'd be mad if I missed this.
Yeah, I missed the end of the Mr. Mime bit.
But like, they also took like some like weird creative liberties with the rules of the world. Like the whole plot climax is just like a weird thing they came up with. The idea of like transplanting a human mind into a Pokemon. It's crazy. It's completely nuts.
Right.
It's also like, I think the weakest thing of this movie is the villain. The villainous plot / the villains. Like, not that Bill Nighy isn't good. He's fine.
No, the performance is fine.
But it's just it's like very generic and weird. Like, why would, like, if you want that, that's fine, Mr. Rich Man. Bill Nighy, you want to become Mewtwo? That's cool. Live your dreams. But why force that on everybody?
Yeah, what is his goal?
What's his motivation for forcing everyone to become Pokemon that are, like, less able to live a normal life as Mewtwo? You know what I mean? Like, he becomes Mewtwo. He can basically live a normal life as Mewtwo.
Yeah.
He can talk. He's got hands. And he's, like, super powerful.
Or, like, kind of like
their hands.
3 fingers.
They're hands, but they don't have as many fingers. But he can lift things with his mind, so who cares?
Yeah.
But then, like, why would you force someone to, like, become a Psyduck? That would suck.
Eternal headaches for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
That would suck.
That'd be a bummer.
If Jack Black were a Pokemon, who do you think that Jack Black would be?
There's too many Pokemon.
To really narrow it down.
Yeah, there's fucking, like, 700 something Pokemon,
like
dude.
Who's, like, a really frantic Pokemon?
Oy.
Too much. We'll come back to that
like
later.
a Mankey is frantic, but that's not Jack Black.
Okay, so that is the glaring issue as far as writing when it comes to this movie. Like the
motivation of the villain's final plan.
him
It,
trying
he-
to
it goes
turn-
too far, right?
Yeah.
Why can't his plan just be I become Mewtwo and that's it?
Yeah. I mean, I think it needed more stakes. And like when it happened, I was like, why the fuck is he doing this?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's no
exactly. And because it was like set up as a
And what is
twist,
his
they
issue? Like-
they wanted us to think his son was the villain.
And if he
Who is
turns
like
it-
the most comically evil person in the movie, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
They have the bit where he's like really mean to Lucy and as her boss or whatever, and it's like this dude is so comically evil. Like you're not even trying
Right.
to give him any sense of real
but that ends up making
humanity.
sense.
That he's so mean because his dad sucks. You mean?
Okay, so when
No. That definitely was not Ditto.
that wasn't Ditto,
Ditto can't talk.
even though he put on the glasses inside,
No.
Ditto
dude.
can't talk.
We see him early without the glasses on, the sunglasses, and we see Ditto in that scene because him and his
'cause he
dad are
pushes
doing
him,
the
that's
interview, and then
right.
Ditto turns into a person and pushes Bill Nye away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
But it was a good little like if you're paying attention. Like I caught the Ditto thing like right before it happened. I was like, oh fuck, he's Ditto. I figured it out like just before it happened.
Yeah.
Because like we saw him earlier in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the twist coming that Ryan Reynolds was Pikachu?
So
Like not voicing Pikachu. Sorry, that the Tim Justice Smith's dad. Sorry, Tim is Justice Smith. His dad is missing. That's the whole plot. They're trying to find his dad. Did you see the twist coming that Ryan Reynolds was his dad and was put into Pikachu? Okay,
no,
me
I
neither.
didn't see that coming.
It's a wild idea. But I kept thinking like weird. Like I was like, why won't they show him in the flashbacks?
But like now, like I don't know. It seems like if the first thing that like if you were taking notes from a producer and they're like, okay, this villain's goal doesn't really like make sense. Why can't he have like some different kind of goal? Like maybe like in my head, I was like, if I was rewriting this movie, like when that climax was happening, I was like, if I was rewriting this movie, I would like just completely take that away, and I would be like, maybe they just use that R serum shit to make Pokemon look like they're super aggressive, so that like they can control them once again.
Yeah.
You know, like even in the most like we can't live peacefully in this peaceful world. Fucking, you know, I was like that would be, and it's also like an interesting parallel for like racism. Right.
Ooh.
So like that's where I was going with it. But then it got to
They do make a climate change joke in this movie.
Yeah.
Very hot button topics incorporated into the film.
But then it got to that twist, and I was like, you can't get rid of at least the entirety of that motivate, like the whole like body switching, because that's the turn for that's the ultimate twist is that Ryan Reynolds ends up.
I actually think that I think that the villainous thing behind the original idea of what the villain was. He was like this dude that was like trying to illegally power up Pokemon and making them ultra aggressive and evil, and then like illegally selling this drug that makes them battle like that. I think that's way more interesting.
I agree.
And the fucking Torterra scene is awesome.
Yeah.
When they run into the Torterra garden
That
and they're
scene's
humongous.
fucking really cool.
That's such a cool idea.
That's really fucking cool.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah. It's definitely weak. His plans are super weak.
And his motivation is kind of missing.
Do you feel like that, like, if you were trying to make a movie though that like directly depicts like the world of Pokemon, like that's probably pretty accurate though?
That
like,
it's like
usually
random over the top.
Yeah,
But
ridiculous
that's
plans
the thing.
that don't make sense.
I kept thinking that the R serum was going to lead back to some Team Rocket shit, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. They're like incorporating the world. They even reference the lore of Pokemon, not necessarily the anime or the game specifically, but the just generic lore of Pokemon that someone found Mew and created Mewtwo, and they said like 20 years ago or whatever. They say he's been missing for 20 years. That's so cool. At some point in the past, in this world, either the events of the games or of the anime or just some loose depiction of that idea happened.
Right.
That's a really cool incorporation of the lore of Pokemon.
And the thing is, I don't even think that they could like, or you know, that they have to completely abandon that idea of like how this like why is it called R? Like why,
it could definitely still be.
It'd still be
something
linked
where
to Team Rocket.
It certainly could be.
Like all of these like experiments on fucking.
I feel
Pokemon
like that's
shit.
why they called it R, to make people think that. Otherwise, why call it R? It's very specific and weird. Has nothing to do with what it does.
True. Do you think that this is going to like set the precipice for more Pokemon movies?
There's definitely going to be more.
Yeah.
It's already made like $57 million.
Yeah.
And now I'm super happy about that. Like, I don't like, is the step forward. First of all, something I thought about while I was watching was like the incorporation of something you never get out of the anime and Pokemon or the games or whatever is the incorporation of like something this movie does super well. And it's like how Pokemon and people coexist in like normal life. Like this girl just wants to be a journalist and she's just got her Psyduck and she's rolling around and she's super cool. I really liked the character of Lucy. I thought she was great.
Okay.
And like, she's just like, she wants to be a journalist. And that's like, I'm like, that's super cool. Like Pokemon trainers who aren't necessarily pursuing the Pokemon trainer life. You know what I mean? I think that's super interesting.
Right.
And incorporating that. And then, but yeah, they certainly could go anywhere. I mean, like, is the next movie about Tim finding his own partner? Which, by the way, if I'm Tim, I'm going straight back to Bulbasaur Island. I'm getting one of those fucking cute ass motherfuckers to come with me. Holy shit, I was dying.
Freak out with that Bulbasaur scene.
Bulba baby alert. I couldn't handle that. Oh, they're so cute. They make little squeaky noises.
It's weird how like a lot of these like character designs are just adequately like straddle that line of being cute and kind of freaky.
Ryan Reynolds literally makes the joke like we're all cute. Like,
yeah. But
or no, maybe that's the girl. No, it's Lucy that makes that joke.
But like but they're not just cute, you know, like they're kind of like freaky looking,
like Lickitung and Mr. Mime,
like an alien. Like
but they're wild. Like a lot of them are wild, like crazy creatures. Lickitung is weird as fuck.
But like even the cute ones, you know, like Squirtle, look kind of weird, like kind of alien.
Yeah, they should. They're funky creatures.
Yeah.
Did they have a little Squirtle Squad shout out?
Yeah.
A little firefighting Squirtles. Oh, so good. So good. I thought that like, I think the strength of this movie is in the core and the heart of the story. It's like it's Justice Smith and Catherine, what's her face, Lucy, and Ryan Reynolds. Like that core is really good.
Right.
And the relationships between them and the heart of the story. And then it's like the things that are like secondary that are just like the idea of an underground Pokemon battling thing, like a fight club for Pokemon, is a super cool idea.
Right.
But like the dude in that scene sucked. He was so like, the dude with the Charizard, he was like so weird. I was like, I was
okay with that.
I just feel like it could have been better.
Right.
And then like the dude that was like the announcer was a horrible announcer.
Like if you went in there,
he had no swag. Although I do think incorporating the Ludred into making dope hip hop beats is cool. They were just like beatboxing and it made dope music. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, a lot of like really good ideas throughout the movie, just as far as like incorporating Pokemon into an already like existing world. Like what would Pokemon look like in our reality?
Ken Watanabe, fucking acclaimed actor, killing it with his snubble. He's like, no, it just looks rough on the outside.
Yeah, like what if they went into that underground fight club and that dude was like Kumail Nanjiani instead of that one dude? How great would that be?
It'd be way funnier. They had what's his name in the beginning of the movie? What's that actor's name? The dude from Deadpool. Oh, I can't think of his name. Oh jeez. Pikachu.
The
very beginning of the movie. His best friend.
His friend. Yeah.
What is that dude's name? Karan Sony. His name is Jack, apparently. But yeah, I saw him and I was like, wait, is he in this? Like, is he going to be in this movie?
Right.
No, he's just in the beginning. He's a funny dude.
Yeah. That was a good scene.
Yeah.
With the Cubone.
Oh yeah, it's fucking cute. He got beat up by a Cubone.
Yeah, but it was funny. Like, and it was like, it was a really necessary scene as far as like sort of setting.
It really set up like the tone of how people think about Pokemon and how everything is connected in the world.
Well,
even though we weren't in
and how we were going to like show like the reality of all of these Pokemon things when you think of Pokemon in the game, and like the offhand of the friend being like, it has to choose you too.
Yeah,
really,
so good.
It's like a really important thing. Like it sets up that thing that like Max Landis talked about a lot when he was writing his Pokemon thing. About
how
like
it's not dogfighting.
Yeah,
it's like a mutual thing, and it's like the way you kind of explain it as it's like the Pokemon need it, right? Like the desire of a Pokemon as a creature is to get stronger,
right? And
the only way to do that is through battling, and basically being trained makes it's like having the UFC as compared to street fighting. It's like this is a safe environment for you to do the thing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, they did a good job of sort of finding a way to balance that.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
Gengar
so-
was creepy.
It was right, like all like the smiling and stuff had like
teeth,
a Cheshire cat kind of feel.
Which
to
he
it.
should be creepy like that. That's
Mhm.
cool. He beat that Blastoise too.
Yeah.
It's fucking solid.
Mhm.
Did a cool little fucking. He got in his shell. and
Dude,
went,
I did want a little bit more of that, like that.
oh,
fucking
more battling?
yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. Like there's some things about like I was like thinking like in that scene in the underground fighting ring scene, I was like the logistics of this are fucking dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Having two fully evolved, powerful Pokemon fighting in this small cage with people around.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all gotta get like a bunch of Mr. Mime up in here to like protect yourselves with some barriers or something.
Yeah, definitely.
The logistics are rough, but yeah, seeing that like full scale because they hint at stuff. There's a dope scene early on when he's watching the video on the train, and it's like Pokemon battling, and they show that like this trainer's got like a Gyarados, and she looks like a total badass. I was like, I want to see that movie.
Yeah.
Show me that. Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, there is to me endless amounts of storytelling that you can do with Pokemon. There's so many trails they could go. Whether they do a new story with new characters, whether they take the next step in, like I'm down to watch a series of films that is about a detective, Tim, like a young detective who has his Pokemon partner solving crimes. It's a fucking cool idea. Yeah. But I also want that adventure. I want it so bad. Just that
the adventure movie,
classic adventure movie. Oh, I want it so bad.
That's centered around like Pokemon battling.
Yeah, like
training.
somebody that wants to be a Pokemon master.
Yeah.
It's just too cool. I want to be the very best.
Do you think that like, so we disagree philosophically about like how we play Pokemon,
Sure.
right? Because like I catch all the Pokemon.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I catch my 6 and I'm done.
Yeah, you catch your 6, you're done. You like.
I never
You
catch
only
legendaries.
catch
I release all legendaries. I have like a weird affinity
Yeah.
for like the idea of the lore of the world.
Right.
So like to me, I'm like, you shouldn't be able to catch legendary Pokemon. They're legendary.
Right.
Why can their
Why-
power
why
be
do I-
contained
Which is
by a
fine.
ball? That shouldn't even happen. They're gods. It's like catching Godzilla in a Pokeball. No, I release them always. Because some of the games make you catch them. You can't advance until
That's
you
right,
catch
dude.
them.
That's right, dude.
Yeah, I don't care about.
It's a lot of fun.
I don't care about filling up the Pokedex.
I do.
Also, like the idea of catching the legendaries is like because you kind of have to do it in the games, or everyone gets the it's not special. Everyone does it, so who cares?
And there's just like a lot of so like by doing a Detective Pikachu movie, you know, like they kind of stay away from like a lot of the weird like logic shit that doesn't seem like it makes sense in the regular Pokemon games.
Like
You
what?
know, well, so like your first gym battle, right? So like these are like trained
Sir,
gym
let me
masters,
preach
right?
to you
Okay,
for
go ahead.
sir. It's clearly describable as this.
Okay.
The gym circuit exists to be a growth circuit for trainers.
Okay.
The first gym, and now in the games we're forced to go through in a certain order, but in my headcanon of the way things would work is you go to any gym first, and they would say, oh, you register for your battle, and you say, oh, how many badges do you have? You have none. And you go, okay, this is going to be a first level gym battle. You're going to battle like the gym leader's lowest level team they can provide. And you do that, and however many badges you already have determines the difficulty of your next gym challenge.
Right. So you can't like get all 8 badges
It's,
at level
it's
1.
not like if you grew up in, Viridian City and went to battle Giovanni, that he'd throw his Rhydon at you and whoop your ass because you rolled in here with a freaking Squirtle.
Squirtle,
Yeah.
yeah.
You'd be like, I got the type advantage. He'd be like, yeah, but I'm going to smush you. That's not how it works.
So could you get your all 8 badges at one gym?
No.
No?
Once you get a badge, you got the badge.
You have to go to a
yeah,
different city?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But could you do it like backwards?
You can go anywhere you want. The only reason we have to go a specific order in the games is because the games are coded for our leveling.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it in a real world is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
sure. Like Ash went out of order in the anime.
Yeah?
Yeah, he lost to Sabrina,
And then he went
and then he
further.
went back later.
And there's certain parts in the games where
He's lost to a bunch. He's lost.
Isn't there
tons of
certain
times.
parts in the games where you can go like get
There's
like,
some
ahead?
games where you can get there's like options to do like 2 or 3 of them,
Uh-huh.
but like usually one of them is way hard. Like I'm trying to remember, I think it's Gen 4. There's one where you can skip like 2 gyms, and if you roll in there and if you're nuzlocking, your game's gonna end. Your game's gonna be over. We stopped talking about the movie.
I'm just talking about Pokemon.
Yeah, it's because it's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if they make another Detective Pikachu movie, he's not Detective Pikachu anymore. That's the problem, right? Now he's just Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, he's still a detective.
Will they make a movie about Ryan Reynolds being a detective with that Pikachu?
Mm-hmm.
I'd watch that. Ryan Reynolds is a detective in a Pokemon world? I'd watch that. Teaching his son, who hopefully goes and gets one of those cute-ass Bulbasaurs.
Do you think that he's going to be a detective, or do you, like the son is going to be a detective?
He said that at the end of the movie.
He said that at the end of the movie?
He might just become a trainer. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They kind of like, because he already had so much knowledge.
Yeah. Well, because they talk about how much as a kid he was interested in it and wanted to be a trainer.
Yeah. And then he, like, there's
and then
a
basically
literal
he just, because he was so depressed as a kid, his mom passed away, his dad wasn't around because he was so sad. Like, he basically just didn't follow his dreams. It's really sad.
Like, what if you get your adventure movie with
You
that
could.
kid?
You absolutely could. And I think, like, the girl could go with them if they want to incorporate their relationship.
She'd be like
going
your
forward.
Misty character.
Yeah, exactly. And she would have but way more agency than Misty, because she would be like, oh, I'm going to come with you and I'm going to learn about some story, or I'm going to chase
I'm gonna write
the
your
truth.
story.
Yeah,
Like
his
I
story,
get-
or the truth of some, like maybe they're like, they discover a new mystery and just like, the only way for me to get to the bottom of this is by traveling around.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's endless branches to take.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to write a biography of a Pokemon trainer.
Yeah, you could do that. That'd be cool.
Interesting.
Give me even weirder Pokemon though.
Like, Brock is going to be Jack Black.
Jack Black could play Brock. I mean, it'd be whitewashing, but like in terms of like weirdo-ness, Jack Black could be Brock.
Who would play Brock?
I don't
If you were not whitewashing.
I don't know.
Like,
Will Smith,
because he's not.
because he's older now.
Cause he doesn't look Japanese. He doesn't. Like, animes are
Animes
weird.
are weird. It's hard to tell.
Because there's like so many like animes.
Like even the manga
to,
art at the end of this movie, Justice Smith's character drawing doesn't really look like a black guy.
Right.
He looks
okay. So
which I guess because he's half black.
Okay.
So
how smart is that kind of to like sort of accentuate this twist?
Because Ryan Reynolds is his dad.
Because
so,
Ryan Reynolds is his dad.
Well,
but it, like,
I knew his
makes
dad was
perfect
going to be.
sense that
I knew
he
his
would be
dad was
mixed.
going to be white when we saw the picture of his mom.
You knew. Oh, so you okay?
Yeah, I was like, oh, his dad's going to be white.
I didn't really like. I didn't instantly assume that. I just figured.
I don't
he was,
know
like,
why
light-skinned.
I did.
I just figured he was light skin. Yeah, I didn't think the dad was going to be white.
Yeah, but they like. I mentioned this. Like they go hardcore out of their way throughout the film to hide what his dad looks like. And did you think like who's that gonna be? Like we're gonna find out who he is.
I was like, are we gonna ever see him? Is he gonna end up?
Well,
dead
I was
still?
like running through my mind, and I was like, is it somebody we've already met and we don't know it yet? And I was like, it's like Bill Nighy's dad. That would be super. But then I was like, no, because he would know him when he saw him. That wouldn't make any sense. And then I was like, are they just gonna have like a? I was trying to think of like cameos they could. Is Matt Damon going to show up again in a cameo role? Like somebody weird. And then it was like, oh no, a very good twist in my opinion. Yeah. It's like, it was weird. Like the moment we have the realization that Pikachu is his dad is actually Ryan Reynolds. I was like, that's kind of gross. It's kind of sweet though.
How is it gross?
I'm cool with it. It was just like the idea of being stuck as a Pokemon is so weird. It's just, I was like, gross. Like imagine like having your dad ride around on your shoulder. It's kind of weird.
I don't think that's that gross. I just thought it was like weird. You know,
it was
like
a fleeting idea. It didn't last long. I was like, that's weird. It's sweet though. Oh, now he's gonna come back. That's
like
cool.
The first conversation that you have with Ryan Reynolds once he fully becomes an idealized human. Like what's that conversation like?
Yeah,
you know.
You told me that you don't wear underwear.
You're a Pokemon.
You said that you don't wear underwear.
You're a naked ass Pikachu riding around my shoulder.
You were on my shoulder a bunch. We almost died because the Charizard was going to eat us. Hopped up on drugs. Yeah, man. I really enjoyed it. I don't think it's like a great movie. I think it's a solid movie. You know, I think like
I would say.
I think so. Like
feel good.
It's like a good movie, but it is like made better by what it comes from. You know what I mean? Because it's a Pokemon movie and they've done such a good job of creating this Pokemon world, it makes the movie better than it really is. Because in terms of just the story and like the motivations of mostly on the villain side, his motivations are fine. Trying to find his dad, trying to, rediscover his own passion for life, not be an insurance agent or whatever the joke was at the beginning of the movie. Like that's great. But like on the villainous side of the plot, it's just it's pretty weak.
So, all right. So, Detective Pikachu was his Pikachu for a bit, but now it's Detective Pikachu and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, he's Ryan Reynolds' Pokemon.
Is he going to end up getting a Pokemon, and what Pokemon would that be?
Tim,
Mm-hmm.
go get one of those Bulbasaurs. What do you mean? It's easy, man. You got to choose you. You already have a rapport. Mm-hmm. They're fucking adorable.
Right.
Oh, come on. No, I don't know. He could. That's what I'm saying. Like that's a joke answer because I love Bulbasaur is my favorite Pokemon. I love Bulbasaur.
Right.
In real, like if I had the power of the decision, get some weird shit. Go find like a Pokemon people wouldn't think about, but that's like kind of cool. Like go get like a Bagon or something, like something weird, but like cool.
What's the
little dragon boy?
Oh, okay.
With the head. Then
Okay.
he turns into Salamence later. That'd be fucking awesome. He could ride around on a dragon.
That would actually be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Go get something weird.
Yeah, don't get like another Pikachu.
Go get like a Spheal.
None of the
Spheal are cute as hell, but like it's a weird Pokemon. They're like little seals, and they're like big like a ball.
Right.
And they roll around. They're
Dude,
super cute.
What are the panda Pokemons?
Pancham, the ones that they showed them
Dude,
early on. They're so
fucking
cute. And then a Pangoro was like chilling, and he looked awesome. He looked great.
Yeah.
And all the kids were like fucking with him. Oh, that was good. When they're just that opening shot of Rhyme City when they're like, look at how just check this place out.
Yeah.
It's wild. Just so many Pokemon incorporated.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool. Very cool. I would recommend seeing it, especially if you, like us, grew up in the era of Pokemon and it was part of your childhood. Like when I was a kid and I went like to the mall with my mom or something and there's a fountain, you throw a penny in, you make a wish. Mm-hmm. I would say that like 90% of the times I wish for Pokemon to be real when I was a kid. Like that's just my shit, dude. It's just so cool. Yeah. And that's like the closest we're going to get. It's awesome. I guess unless they made like a really good like VR game in the future, that's probably the closest we'll get.
You just got to wait until the Matrix.
I mean, eventually they'll be able to artificially create life and they'll just make Pokemon
in our
real.
like 80s.
Yeah.
We're probably just going to be able to ride out our lives in a Pokemon world.
That would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
A nice avatar of a younger version of us running around. I'm down. Plug me in, baby. When I'm 80 years old, that's it. Plug me in.
Give me that red pill. Or I guess, no, it would be the opposite. Because he started off in the fake world. But
yeah, true. I don't know how the Matrix works. Like I do.
You've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it multiple times. Like I do know how it works. I just like, sure, pills. One of the pills does one thing. I don't really remember.
So he starts off in the fake world.
Yeah.
Right?
He's in the Matrix.
He's in the simulation.
Because everyone in the world is in the Matrix.
The red pill rips him out of the Matrix and he can never go back again. The blue pill would have just made him forget fucking seeing Morpheus.
But he does go back in.
No, he takes the red pill and then he fucking wakes up in that gooey shit.
Is that the end of the movie?
What?
But don't they go back in and fight Mr. Anderson and stuff?
All right, so everyone that is in the Matrix, we're talking about the fucking Matrix in Detective Pikachu spoiler episode, but everyone that's in the Matrix.
Give John Wick a Hound Hour. Wow. I linked it. We're good. Sorry. You made me think of something.
That'd be cool.
It'd be fucking awesome.
Anyways, yeah, so like everyone, basically our reality is the Matrix.
Yeah.
Right?
I know that.
And we don't know it.
Yeah.
Right? We're being used by robots.
By robots.
As batteries.
Yep.
As energies.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I know that.
Right. Now, when you take the red pill,
I got this part.
And he's with
he's with Lawrence Fishburne.
He's on the Nebuchadnezzar. He's with Lawrence Fishburne on the Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah. I got that.
And they're like trying to beat these robots.
Yeah. I got that part.
Right.
But you said when you take the red pill, you can't go back? That's what I'm confused about.
So he can't go back to his normal life of living in a perfect world.
Because he knows now.
Right? Because now he's in the fucking the valley of the real. He's in
now it's because he knows. It's like a spiritual can't go back.
He won't be able to like forget again.
Yeah, it's like spiritual and mental. Like he can physically go back because he goes back and he's the one.
Exactly.
That's why I was confused. Yeah. Okay. I was like, I know they go back. Why are you saying it like that?
Well, like going back into the Matrix.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now I get it. You can't go back
to his real
can't
life. To his
go
fake life.
Back. It's over. Mm-hmm. I got it. All right, this has been spoilers for Detective Pikachu.
And a little bit of the Matrix.
A little clarification of language. Oh my God, next week's Game of Thrones.
Bum, Bum bum. That
That is bum bum ba-da-dun dun da-da-dun dun da-da-dun dun dun bum bum ba bum ba da-da-da. That's a good crossover song. That works. Yo, I asked you before Detective Pikachu how if they would incorporate the original theme
have like
song.
3 different dragons?
Yeah, because there's enough cool ones that you could do it.
Right.
Don't give her a Dragonite. Dragonite's too lame looking. Hot take. Not really. Dragonite's just goofy looking. Flygon's aight.
Yeah.
Salaman's super cool looking. Haxor is just cool, but he can't fly. Hydreigon's pretty cool. He's got 3 heads. There'd be a lot of options.
It's got to have a Charizard, right? That's gonna
Charizard's
be
not a dragon, dude.
It's not a dragon type, but it's a dragon.
She's the mother of dragons, not fire lizards.
Sorry. Excuse me. It's not a dragon, but it's a dragon.
Like what? You gonna give her a Gyarados too?
Gyarados is also a dragon.
Bruh, Gyarados is a water... It's so stupid. He's a water flying type.
Yeah, it doesn't
and his
make
Mega Evolution is a water dark type. Why isn't he ever a dragon? It's so dumb. All right, enough of this. Pokemon Detective Pikachu. It's good. Go see it. Check it out. Come back next week. We're going to have Game of Thrones. We're going to do basically like a post-mortem on the series after the finale next week.
Right.
Game of Thrones is ending. Wild. Find ChrisMichaelStott.com for his website, read his scripts. Chris Michael Stott on Instagram. Find me, DavinWell25 on Twitter and Instagram. Find the show, The Chris and Kyle Show, on YouTube, on all podcasting platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, tcaks pod on Twitter. There's a poll on there for our final episode of the month between John Wick 3 Parabellum and Booksmart. I haven't looked at that in a while. I don't know what the score is. Is that it? Yeah, that's everything. Cool. It's been real. Pika Pika. Go be the very best there ever was. We out.
We out. Stay weird.